So the quantitative people, please see whether you have this document available. It is Bradley Smith's. I've got permission to use as well. I have shared it. I'm certain I've shared it. You guys might not be able to get to the same level of analysis because this is a tinier, higher level. But here is this is research methodology. Sorry, a bit of not concentrating there. This was an 80%, 81%, I think. It was above 80. It was above 80. I do remember that. Here it is. Okay. So there is the outline of the findings. Bex, where did I share this, Tyrolee? Is it on VC Learn? Let me just see whether it's on VC Learn.
So it's under more resources and then under the sample reports.
Oh, you're such a star. Yeah, there they are. More researchers, sample reports. Okay. Why am I not seeing it under? Yeah, so it's under additional materials. So more resources, additional materials, sample reports. Okay. So go have a look at that, Rebecca. Did you hear what I said? Hey? So go to more resources, go under, and already forget. Look under, so it's more resources, additional additional material, and then sample research reports. Okay, go find that. So I'm going to just give you a layout of what he did. So the one magic thing about doing quantitative research is that we can make our presentation a lot more visual and a lot more visually appealing. Qualitative research is about words and writing, where quantitative research, because it's about numbers and stats, it allows us to use tables and graphs to highlight our information. Please also remember, guys, we are marking this on a color screen. So don't do everything in black and white. So, I mean, yes, this you want to do in black and white. I'll talk about that in a second. But you can see some of the parts. This, make sure that it pops in terms of colors. All this, guys, would have come straight out of your Google Forms, etc. So whether you do it as that or whether you do it as a pie chart, it doesn't really matter. But just make sure that you bring in these visually appealing bits. They've gone to correlation. I don't know whether you guys want to go to correlation. I can definitely share. Let me share the video thing anyway on that. I'll put it on there now. I don't know if I have shared the correlation bit, guys. Hold on. Let me just find research here. If you want to go to correlation, I think it's not impossible. So let me get this document. Okay, sorry. It's not a document, it's there as a recording. Okay. It was done by one of my pod leaders. Well, most of you might have had her as a lecturer as well. It was done by Paula. Let me just leave a message on the group because I know that's going to cause panic. Hi, everyone. This last bit of upload is for the quantitative people, if they want to carry on and do an analysis up to and including correlation, it's an indication of how to correlate your variables. You can watch that, guys. It really is very simple. You do it in Excel. So can I just see the first bit here is to really just go and look at the questions and the graphs and the relationships. Now, again, there's no magic formula of how you would do this outline. It really is up to you. So you have to go look at your percentages, etc. And that's important. So you can go back to those percentages and see what you've learned from those percentages. What Brad did really, really well is he actually gives us an outline, first of all, of the kind of mean and deviation values in terms of his different questions. So there is his first variable, there is his second variable, and then he calculates that. Now, I believe that's given to you automatically, isn't it, guys? If you use Google Forms. If not, you can calculate that, and you know how to do mean and mode and all of those. I'm not worried about that. So start off with start off with your general demographic details. Then, guys, transition to the two variables that you had, and then he looked at his analysis in terms of the questionnaire that he had in terms of the different questions. Okay. And then he goes to each of those questions and does an analysis of each of those, takes that bit of description further to tell us what his findings are. And then again, the next phase, the second part, etc., etc., etc. So all of this is done for you in terms of your Google Forms or your Microsoft Forms. Can I just see, guys, have you figured Microsoft Forms, Google Forms out? I'm assuming you have. What kind of figures are you going to use, Tyroli? Are you looking at that kind of thing, pie chart? Okay. And it does summarize it quite nicely into those bits of averages, etc., in the questions. And then, yeah, he's taken it a step further. That's that recording that's there in terms of doing the analysis of the correlation there. If we take
Hi.
over, yes, go for it, T.
Yeah, I was about to type a long essay and decided I'd rather just talk. So,
You talk here.
yeah, Microsoft Forms automatically puts it all into pie charts for you. So what I was
Nicely.
going to do was use like a mixture of the pie charts because they're already there, and then maybe do a few histograms, um, and yeah, basically do a
Absolutely
mixture of
fine.
both. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to keep this visual. The one thing you want to do is try and keep this as visual as possible, because that's the magic of doing quantitative. You can make things pop. We've got to try and get words to pop in qualitative. I quite like that, T. That's
And
pretty
then, so
impressive.
I
Okay.
wanted to ask you, so I started with my
Mm.
presentation because obviously, the first part is mainly the theory that we've already done. And
Yeah,
in my problem statement, obviously I had
yeah.
used already some statistics, like, 45% of people said XYZ, whatever, whatever. So for the presentation part, is it okay if we change those statistics also into like imagery just for presentation purposes?
Oh, 100%. Because
Okay.
reading that is as well, sorry, reading that is as boring as watching paint dry. You have to do that in your write-up, but show people that and talk to it. So, show that you understand how you've arrived at the two variables, how you've arrived at that correlation, etc. I want to see a lot of visual stuff in your presentations, eh? Who is your lecturer, T?
I'm with Dion,
You
sir.
pod leader. You
Dion.
with?
Dion.
Okay. Yeah, just check with him, but you can tell him I said we want visual stuff.
Okay.
Tyrelli, I would write this up before I do the presentation.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
so
write
I'm
this
only doing
document
the
up.
theory part first, and then I'm gonna write up all of
Okay.
the data and analytics that I've got, and then complete the
Yeah.
presentation. I was just starting with
Yeah.
it while I was still receiving the survey results.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
so I had
But T,
another
it sounds
question.
fantastic what you've done, hey? It sounds
Thank you.
fantastic what you've done. Yeah, go for it.
So I'm a bit concerned. Obviously, I know the previous part that you were talking about now was for qualitative, but I am a bit worried about my questions that I used in the survey because obviously I'm sure in quant it's similar to qualitative in the sense that your questions would tie back to your themes. Now I'm worried that the questions that I used didn't tie back to all the themes that I had initially put in my
But remember,
research.
you don't, those themes are irrelevant. They will tie back to your theories and your theoretical framework. Remember,
Okay.
the questions that you used, and generally it would have been statements because I think you would have used the
Yes,
Likert scale. Quickly
correct.
load onto the WhatsApp quickly so I can look at it. It doesn't have to tie back to the themes.
Okay.
It ties back to your theoretical framework. So you would have had two theories. And honestly, T, I know we worked on this together. Or did we get your stuff sorted before this started, or was it after we started? We have your um did we have your stuff sorted out during the orientation part already?
No, I did mine beforehand.
Okay. Quickly share it on here and I'll quickly look at it.
Can I send you the link to the questionnaire?
Yeah, you can do that as well. I'll open my
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Let me just
Other
find it
ladies, any
quickly.
headaches? I don't know who else is here. I don't think you guys have progressed as far. Jolene, how are you going while T does this? Siba, X,
Oh,
Aquana.
I also need to send you a link to my survey. Yeah, I'm done with it. I just want to share it with you. So
Was that not the one I saw? Did you send me it in an email?
yes, I think I did send you, but then I can also send you on your WhatsApp.
Okay. Well, okay. So the email, you'll see I've asked you to change something there. Hey, I think
Or
you
you
said
send you
dissatisfied. Very.
okay, you send me an
Go for
email.
it. Yeah, I sent you an email. I
Or
said,
to
wonderful. Just change your qualities in terms of I think you've had very dissatisfied and dissatisfied or something. I
yeah.
said never and always.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll look
do
it.
your two opposites of always and never, and then the in-betweeners. Okay. So
Okay.
there's definitely, I've responded to your email. I definitely did then. I get a lot of emails. Hey, so I can actually tell you, Bex, hold on, if it was you. Um, no, I don't know who sent me this. No, what is your research stuff on, Rebecca?
Sir,
What is your research about?
it's about describing the relationship between the work from home, remote job
No,
design and
but
work
yeah,
from
no, but
home.
I responded to that today. I definitely responded to that today. What
Yeah.
is your email under? Did you send it from your Varsity College email, or what email address did you use?
I send it from I think both from my personal or my work my school email. Let me just check. Let me just
Okay, I
check. Yes.
definitely responded to an email today. I'm sure it's yours. I'm
Mm,
bloody sure. No, it's Patience Mabelas that I
yes,
responded to.
yes,
How
it's
many
me.
names have you got, woman? Are
I've
you an
got
international spy?
I've got 100 names, sir.
Yes, as your parents must have hated you. So in grade one, it took you 10 years to learn you to write your names.
Yes, that's me. I sent you the email.
Dear
Yes.
Lord, just use the same name once, woman. Okay, I did send it
Yeah.
back to you. Okay,
Okay.
I did.
Yes.
I did send it back. Just check the suggestion I made. I like the layout. Okay,
Okay.
I like that layout.
Okay.
Okay. Just remember, Rebecca, you have to
Yes.
also just have a scale that talks about, because we said it's job design and work performance, or what was the second? So that was your job design one is fine, but you need another question on whatever your other variable was.
Okay. Okay,
Do you
sir.
remember? I can't remember your title. Honestly, I'm dealing with about 100 people at the moment, so I don't even know who's doing what. Just remember, you need something. If it's work performance, then you'd say, I. So you'd have a statement. I always, no, sorry, my performance at work is always at the highest level, and then you can say sometimes and never, whatever the two options, always and never, in between those two. Okay, so just one more scale there.
Okay.
So just put that as at the bottom of those scales. Okay.
Okay.
Once you've done it, send it to me. Okay.
Okay.
It's looking bloody good though. And that's the most important thing. It's looking very good.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
T, I'm logging on to your thing now. Zakwana, you have the best emojis in the world and GIFs that you send.
Misa, Ntagwana Nor.
It is you on, no, it's Sihla. It's
It's
between you
Sita,
and
it's
Sihla.
Sita. No, it's
Sihla,
Sita.
my gosh, she's a champion at this, man.
Yes.
Goodness me. Okay, so what are your two theories, Tyrolee?
So for my themes, I had social media,
No, your
which
two theories.
theories,
Your
theories.
two
I
theories, the
use the
theoretical framework.
decision-making theory only.
Okay, so this is your questions around decision making.
Correct.
Okay, so you're not going to be able to do correlation. Okay, you've got
Yes, no,
one
no.
theory. No, but this ties into the decision making theory, though.
Okay. See, I was thinking it had to
Okay,
tie more to the themes, not necessarily the theory. But if it's a theory, then that's fine.
initially your theory. Okay, let's look at Brad's. Okay, so he then explained each of those, and then yeah, no, you're confusing yourself a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so he did Pearson's. So he gave us these different questions. You guys don't worry about it at this stage. He then gave us an interpretation. Okay, there isn't major stuff. You worry about your research question. That's what you worry about. You tie it back. But you can see he's given us an layout in terms of discussing the themes, discussing the outcomes. I don't want to use the theme. You use the term theme, but in terms of your discussions, you will worry about this bit here. Hold on a second. Golly, I'm running too fast now. Yeah, so you'll answer. Whether it's your biggest concern is, did it prove your null or your alternate hypothesis? Did it answer your question? Did you prove your alternate, or did you prove your null hypothesis? Did you not prove your alternate hypothesis? Okay, so you can see he's tied it back here to his hypotheses. That's what you worry about. So initially, discuss the questions. I don't want to use themes, okay? Discuss your questions in terms of that. Then what you can see he did here is he does the interpretation. And he tells us what the logic of what he's found is. And you can see there, it will tie back to the themes, and you can make it more apparent. But initially, you do your presentation of your findings. Then you do your interpretation, where you tell us what you've learned and what the world can learn from your study. I don't know if this is making sense. You'll see he constantly refers to his theoretical framework in here. Okay, and your themes will also tie in there, but your theoretical framework, then you worry about this here. You worry about your conclusions, whether you actually answered or haven't answered the hypotheses. Sorry, T, I'm worried that I'm confusing you here.
It makes sense, sir.
Just
I
grab
think I
this
was
one. Can I just
overthinking.
say another wonderful one to use, T, is this one, and I bloody well hope I've loaded it. This was incredibly impressive as well. I know. This one, this is the best interpretation that I've actually seen at a postgraduate level. I don't know if I've now opened that one, but also grab a look at Nicole Sirianni's. Okay, very good. Maddie's is not too bad. Um, Kiara, these are all good quantitative examples. Okay, I've made a sort of equal share. So you're looking at Anthea, you're looking at Elisma. This was a 90% one. Kiara was also high, 80%. Yeah, that's qualitative, so don't look at that. And then Nicole was 91%. So just have a glance at how they've depicted it. It's the best way to do it because it really depends on your topic, but you've got to start with your initial your sort of initial stats and discuss that, and then talk about it in terms of your theoretical framework. Discuss it in the theoretical framework, because the theoretical framework is far more significant in terms of quantitative research, and then obviously tie it back to, if it does impact the themes, then do so. But you'll see the way they've done it, man. But it's the hypotheses that we worry about. Okay. Theoretical framework, themes, hypothesis, but it's done very differently. Just have a glance at how they do it. You see, what qualitative does is they have to spend a lot of time discussing. Your stats show your results. They have to go and discuss and show and indicate and describe their results. Yours is a bit more obvious. I don't know if I'm confusing you.